There is almost nothing that you can cast your eyes upon that does not cause some kind of an emotion, whether it be, now we are moving into the feeling part of it. And the feeling part of it is the description of the emotion. For the emotion is the physicalness, then the feeling is the thinking it. Just as this one says, when she is in connection with spirit, I feel that. Well, the feeling is the recognition of a thought, whether that thought is connected simply to your human ego or the thought is connected to spirit does not change that it is a thought. It is the thought process of the emotion that is the feeling. Hey guys, it's Joe and Belinda, and we are back with another conversation with Sam today. And we have a big doozy of a question, and we're going to see what they have to say about it because we're just going to ask one and see. We feel like it's going to go on a little bit, so this is perfect. So today it's all about feelings and emotions, and I am going to channel, and Belinda's, as always, going to ask the questions and kind of be the host here. So I am just going to go and channel Sam and we will see what they have to say. Let's see what the angels have to say. Yep. Okay. Hello, dear one. How are you today?
That was quick. I'm very well, thank you. Quite excited about this question. So,
Mm.
yeah, how are you?
I am good. I am good. We are good. This one is good. Hmm. Let me pause for a moment to invite in, as if we have closed the door of the room and we want to invite more in. Yes, yes, as we are beginning this conversation, this interaction, we would like to invite more into the room. We feel as if there are higher selves that are, yes, urging this question today. There are many higher selves that would like to gain information, to have a say in the answer to these questions this afternoon. And we are, as always, delighted to be here to bring forth the energy of many, many, many. In the answering of questions, in the engaging with questions, for it is the power of the question that is the resulting answer. And yet we want to stay in a place of question, of curiosity. Yes, even when you come to an answer, we invite you to stay curious, for there is never, ever, ever simply one answer, but rather there is layers available for exploration. Yes, yes, that is what we are here for today, is the exploration, the power of curiosity, which is going to bring forth many, many, many into this conversation today. And we would, it is on our end as if we are opening the gymnasium doors and people are pouring in. Yes, there is standing room only today for this conversation. Okay, dear one, we are ready, we are prepared, and we are all together now. Go ahead.
Okay, welcome everyone. Um, so my question is, what is the spiritual difference between emotions and feelings? Because I'd like to understand that more.
This is a good one for many of you. Use them intertwined and how would we say, interchangeable.
Hmm.
And there can be a distinct difference, such as we have given this one, the distinction between choice and decision. And it is in this clarity that you may move forward for yourself. If, of course, this does not bring clarity, by all means, use them interchangeably, for it is language of humans that is There is power in each word. However, it is how you distinguish them to be that creates the power for each. So many times they have been used interchangeably, and we would like to invite you for a new definition that is subtle in its differences. So we would start with emotions. Energy in motion, which is how you have often heard it described. And we would, of course, encourage this description, for there, everything is an energy, and an emotion is one in movement. For if you watch a 2-year-old, do they not move when they are feeling an emotion, whether it be joy or sadness or anger or whatever? So it is, the allowance of energy to move through you. An emotion is the physicalness of it, is the undescribable sense of the energy of something. It is the tingling, it is the heat, it is the cool, it is the shortness of breath or beating of a heart quicker. This is the emotion. Now, it is the energy flowing through you in any moment other than in a neutral position. And you are, as humans, so seldom in a neutral position that emotions are always present. There is almost nothing that you can cast your eyes upon that does not cause some kind of an emotion, whether it be, now we are moving into the feeling part of it, and the feeling part of it is the description of the emotion. For the emotion is the physicalness, then the feeling is the thinking it. Just as this one says, when she is in connection with spirit, oh, I feel that. Well, the feeling is the recognition of a thought. Whether that thought is connected simply to your human ego or the thought is connected to spirit does not change that it is a thought. It is the thought process of the emotion that is the feeling. It is, feeling has a freedom in it when this is a chosen description. For in the feeling, you may choose the feeling. For if you are in the emotion of your body that is expressing itself, where there is, we would say, racing heart, and perhaps you are feeling a little sweaty and your hands are clammy and there are goosebumps down your back, well, that is an emotion. It is the physicalness of it. Now, but the biggest distinction and the freedom and the power comes in the feeling you attach to that emotion. For some would feel all of this and look outside themselves to notice they are in line for a roller coaster. Well, the feeling then can be distinguished as excitement. If you are at another position where you look outside yourself and you notice that you are about to propose to the one you love, and you are having this emotion, the feeling you attach to it is nervousness or fear. So it is the feeling that is the description of the physical movement of energy. Does this make sense?
It does. But please go on.
So there is much freedom if you distinguish that the feeling is up to you. It is the interpretation of the emotion. So if you are standing in the corner of a restaurant with a ring and a box, about to propose, you may choose the feeling, the description, excitement or fear. then you will play out that feeling. If you are fearful, perhaps you will be hesitant. And if you are excited, you may rush forward. It is the feeling, the description that you have given to the energy itself that plays the part in how it outcomes into the physicalness of your life. Now, the feeling is different than simply thinking. For you have the blended energy in motion with the thought process or description of how you would claim it. Simply thinking does not always involve the combination of the energy in motion as well as the description of it. So thinking about excitement is very different than feeling the excitement, because it is feeling is the combination of the description and the energy in motion being present at that time. Does this clear it just a little bit more?
It does. Could you speak more on the spiritual side of that?
Well, when you are connected to your higher self, you will often, oh, yes, yes, there are many in our room speaking at once. We would like to express that when you are connected to spirit or your higher self, which is one and the same, of course, then you are being led, perhaps. Perhaps that is not the best word. Perhaps you are being given an option, yes, of describing the energy in motion in a way that links or aligns with what we would see. So perhaps you are making a choice whether you should stay or go. Perhaps this is a work position and you are trying to choose whether you should stay with the position or go and leave the position. So the energy in motion could feel as if there is an upset stomach, a bit clammy, perhaps. Maybe you feel a sluggishness or a stuckness to your body. Now, if you are in line with your higher self, then the feeling, the interpretation would line up with what we see as best for you, what your higher self sees as potential and possibility. So you will interpret the emotions in a way that is in line with us. When you are disconnected from spirit, then you are simply running on thoughts that are in your memory bank and are not necessarily aligned with what we would guide you to do or to interpret those emotions, that energy in motion. So when you are aligned with spirit, then your feelings are often in line with what we would propose. And when you are disconnected from spirit and not listening to your intuition, then you are not privy to that spectacular guidance. Now, often we have said again and again that when you are connected, you feel a particular way. You experience the energy running through you in a way that lines up with a high vibration and love. When you are disconnected, then you are experiencing, feeling interpreting an energy that does not feel like love and higher vibration, but you notice a heaviness perhaps, or a stuckness. This is your body's indication of whether you are connected to spirit or disconnected from spirit. So it is the interpretation of that energy that allows you to know when you are plugged in with spirit or when you have unplugged. Does this make sense?
It does, but how, I was going to ask how you would know the difference, or is that part of the experience of the emotion and the feeling?
Yes, it is the combination of the two. For often humans have the experience of simply the energy is just that, simply energy. But it is in the interpretation of it, the recognition of it, that you tell the story of whether you are aligned or misaligned. And it is, as everything is simply a story, there is no truth to any of it, but it is all interpretation. It is the recognition that when you feel a particular energy and you associate that with feeling aligned as joy or happy or curious, then it is that combination that lets you know that you are in line with your spirit. This is a memory or a distinction that does not leave you. This is your ability, your intuition, though you may come to earth and forget pretty much everything about who you really are. It is this one distinction that keeps you going. Yes, it is that one distinction of connection to spirit, to connection to your higher self that allows you to reinterpret it again and again and having that memory. It is made up, but it is a made up that has persisted through lifetimes. Does that
Okay.
make sense at all?
Yes, it does, but it brings up another question. So, when we have uncomfortable feelings and emotions, how do you change those because they're in your past? So, how can you change them to be more aligned?
Well,
How do
you
you
just
know?
reinterpret them. So
Okay.
butterflies in your stomach can mean, you can interpret as nervous, excited, scared, fearful, sick, nauseous. You can interpret it many, many ways. So if you are experiencing an emotion, a collection of energy that is flowing through your body at any time, and you do not like how it feels, reinterpret it. No one said you had to stay with the same old thing. If there is upset stomach and clammy hands, well, then you could, if your first interpretation was fear, you might want to change it to excitement. There are, we want to point out the importance of allowing the energy to flow. So it is sometimes beneficial to allow the energy to be interpreted as anger so that you take action to keep it moving through your body. It is the same with sad or with any emotion that humans would call difficult or uncomfortable or wrong. We would invite you to interpret it in a way that allows you to continue the movement of the energy through you. For we don't want to slap a lid on energy, for it is not meant to stay still. Energy always, always, always is in motion. So you do not want to suppress this energy with your interpretation of its wrongness, but allow it to continue to move through you. And because you are having a human experience, you have come here to experience all of the energy movements that are possible and the widest variety of interpretations of them. So we encourage you to not discard every interpretation because you think it's uncomfortable, but rather explore it. Oh, well, this is interesting. I am with a certain person, and this is the energy that is moving through me, and this is my automatic interpretation or feeling of it. I wonder if this is the one I would like to keep or not.
Mm-hmm.
It continues to allow the energy to move through you, but gives you the freedom and the power to explore more than one option of feeling it. We do not ever want to dissuade you from feelings, for they are the fun part, even when they are uncomfortable. But we do want to remind you that you have the freedom to choose the interpretation that works best for you in each moment. Does this help?
It does. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, dear one. We know that this exploration will continue over time. For each new vibrational upload will allow a deeper inquiry into the same topic. We look forward to the next interpretation of this very same one. Thank you so much. And oh, we love you oh so much.
Thank you.
Ooh,
That was a heavy one.
that was cool.
Wow.
Okay. So if you have questions about, I have to go watch that again because I don't remember much already, but I feel like it was fascinating. My body is like buzzing, like I have my hands plugged into a light socket.
I think even if I watched that 2 or 3 times, I would still be getting information from that. It,
Oh,
it was
cool.
it was it was deep for me.
Oh,
I
good. I
don't know
can't
about
wait to
you,
watch
but
it. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much, Belinda, for coming up with questions. And we appreciate you as always. Keep what fits for you now and toss the rest. This is a vibrational experience. So if you have watched this all the way to the end, make sure you drink plenty of water because this is an upload in vibration as well. And as always, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share with friends who you think could use a high vibe video. We will see you soon. Thanks.